Yo, 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 it's your boy Nick Van Exel. Let's get quick to the point. Yo, what's up? We back again, man. It's your boy Nick Van Exel for another episode of Quick to the Point. I got my boy Chill Hill in the building. I got my boy Johnny Collins, the title guy.
Yes,
let's get straight to it.
So let's get to it, man. Why your shorts so short, dog? Man, I mean, I'm trying to mind my business, but God, Lee, man, I'm just glad you got lotion on today, though, man.
Listen, that man's shorts is short,
man,
ain't
that boy, hoochie daddy, boy.
It's 96 degrees outside.
Hey, I guess he heard when Kevin Hart told Kirk Franklin don't be up there front twerking.
D popping. He walk around this jungle D popping, man.
Listen,
that boy don't work for the Star Telegram no more. I can tell.
It's hot boy summer, baby.
It's
hot boy summer. Listen, Uncle Daddy. It's Uncle Daddy's summer, right? It's Uncle Daddy's summer. Man, y'all tripping, man. Leave my shorts alone.
God bless you, man.
It's that time of year, man. Listen, man. we gotta, y'all got your, Lululemons on.
You got the tender part of your thigh showing, man. That's
shit showed to the mother.
Listen, you got your Lululemons on.
Man,
y'all
whatever,
good.
Man.
It's all good. Quick to the point. NBA Finals.
Let's get it.
2-2 after the first four. It's anybody's series now. Of course, OKC has home court advantage. It's been what we thought. If you were a basketball purist, it's been good basketball.
It's been great basketball, and I think we all talked about the fact that we were excited about this kind of a series because it wasn't the LA, it wasn't the Boston, it wasn't the big market teams. And I think we all were in agreement as far as it was going to be a tough, challenging series, entertaining, competitive, and man, we getting everything we can ask for.
Yeah, man, we getting new players in the game, right? We getting like Haliburton. It's funny because I'm hearing people talk about Haliburton being voted.
Is he new?
My point is he's being voted before you rudely interrupt me, Mr. Tender Thigh Shower.
Is he new? I mean, didn't you pick OKC in 5 after the first game?
I did. I'm wrong. You know what?
I picked him in 5.
Hey, and Mr. Haliburton, I apologize. Do your thing, dog. Shoot your shot. You know what I mean? My point is, though, he's coming in. He's been voted the most overrated player.
By some players, yes.
Cap.
No, that's crazy, right?
That's crazy. I'm glad you brought that up because players always talking about put a name on it to y'all.
Right, to the media.
So if y'all putting that little ballot, put a name on it.
Yeah.
Put a name on it. If you a player, put a name on it. Who said he was the most overrated?
Yeah, that's I don't know.
It wasn't the media. It wasn't the media.
That's not how he played. Oh, it was definitely the media.
No,
that's not how he played.
It was voted by the players. He's right. Players
it was the peers. It was his peers.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
But they even said Trae Young was the most overrated one year, and he was averaging 30 and 10. Cut it out.
Hey, look.
So if they call him most overrated, people, no conversation is in a vacuum. These are essentially other conversations. If the players feel that Haliburton is overrated, what you think they think about Ben Simmons? That y'all try to say he ain't
don't make no difference. Haliburton keep busting their head in. Keep busting their head in.
Disappointment. I'm telling you.
No, man, you going backwards.
I don't believe that.
I was very clear in what I told you.
No, because they would now the players think you're a bust.
I don't believe that.
If the players think Haliburton, just on an Olympic team, who's been an All-Star, who's been busting butt for a couple of years now, is overrated, they don't have a good opinion of Ben Simmons. Players, not the media.
Stick to this week's script, please.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Let's get it.
I just want to keep it flowing there.
Haliburton. But I'm trying not to say the Halibang. That's just
that's wrong.
Disrespectful.
That's wrong. Anyway, OKC has the lead. Oh, not they have home court advantage. Excuse me, not football. Home court advantage. SGA has a chance to really, to me, cement himself as the new it player in the NBA. If he gone and takes care of business, he played well, in Game 4, and takes care of business and leads them to the title. After winning the MVP, we can say we want about all these other guys, these new faces of the league, but it's SGA's time.
Yeah, man. SGA balling, man. In Game 4, when they needed somebody to show up, they needed an MVP player to show up, he did it. He put them on their back. And that's all you can ask for, man. A guy who won the MVP, and everybody is looking, okay, LeBron is on his way out.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is on his way out. Kevin Durant got a couple more years, but he's on his way out. So everybody's looking for that next, right? And the way you really build your name is in the playoffs. And Mr. Media guy over here always talking about winning, right? So he's on the verge of course, doing it in the playoffs and on the verge of winning one. So
I know this: if he don't win, he gonna say that his legacy is trash. I know that.
I would never say that because it's not over.
For sure.
No, he's a young guy. That's the beautiful thing about OKC. If they win or lose, they're still the youngest team in the league. They ain't going nowhere.
No.
And they still got 135 draft picks.
That's
coming down the road. On the flip side, Haliburton has had a good series. Won a game. Does he need to score more? Do he need to assert himself more for his team?
I think Haliburton got to score, man. He got to set the tone by scoring the ball. Like I said last week, if he comes out aggressive to score the ball, it's going to open up everything else for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think they got to do a better job of easing a little bit of that pressure for him too. Like sometimes let somebody else bring the ball up the court.
Yeah,
let him get into the groove in other ways if he's not in a transition type of a flow. Because what they doing now, they turning these dudes 3 or 4 times in the backcourt. Right. And when you get in that fourth quarter after being worked that hard for 3 quarters, they're looking for you now to make plays in that fourth quarter. Same thing with SGA. I was glad they kind of got him off the ball a little bit in game 4 because those guys were just working him for 3 quarters, as he was bringing it up the court. Now he was able to rest a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So now in that fourth quarter, you saw SGA had a little bit more gas in game 4 than he had in game 3 down the stretch.
I know I'm making it weird right now, but that boy shorts bothering him. They're so tight, man. Short, man.
Are we doing this?
I'm sorry. I just want to.
Hey, somebody get him a blanket, man.
Get him a blanket. Like
at the church. So the preacher don't be looking at the loin. Got that loin cloth.
Get him a blanket, man.
Loin cloth. Does Indy shoot too many logo threes? Do they YOLO threes? Too many YOLO threes.
It don't take a brain to figure that out. They shoot way too many of them, man. Here's the thing. To your point, right? Somebody got to get Haliburton a break.
Well, that's what Golden State does. Steph runs off screen, so he doesn't always bring the ball up. You got your Draymond Green sometimes brings the ball up, so he can
be
the scorer.
Haliburton touched the ball the second time, he tired.
Oh, he's running around.
I'm telling you, he tired.
They
working him.
Yeah, it was like we saw one play where Dort just blew up a DHO.
Right.
And that's all because
Dort
of tiredness.
playing football out there.
And I tell you what, like if Haliburton probably is in his right frame of mind, all he had to do was stop. Yeah. It's gonna be a foul on Dort. Yeah. But it's just the pressure of it. It's
adrenaline.
End of the game. The fucking heartbeat is just going crazy, and he tried to run through it. All he had to do was stop. Yeah. Dort would have plowed through him, would have been a foul. But learning things, like I say, he's 25 years old. So,
well, just going back to your initial point, talking about these 2 new teams, I'm excited to see Haliburton versus OKC. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, it's bigger than that, right? But that's kind of the way it feels. This is Haliburton's chance to kind of really get on the map, reverse the thought around him being overrated or whatever you may think. I love the memes that are out there about him, just how he's at one kid that was talking about, I took my whole life savings and I just kept putting it on Haliburton, and now look what I drive. I just bought a new house. Y'all see that? It's like, I just think that's great, but it's an opportunity, for a real star to be born. This is his time to really just.
And who's taking the shine? His daddy.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
His daddy's back on the court, back at the game.
But you know what though? I love the fact that he said, his daddy cool. Like his daddy was out of pocket.
He's out of pocket.
His daddy. His daddy was out of pocket.
Did you see what he told Jeff T? Did you see
what he told Jeff T? That was SGA's dad.
No, that was Haliburton's dad. Was that SGA's dad?
That was SGA's dad.
Haliburton's dad.
I think that was Haliburton's dad.
No, that was SGA.
What did he say?
Because he got the MVP. He got the MVP.
I agree.
It was SGA's dad.
I can't believe SGA's dad.
What did he say?
Google that right quick.
Yeah.
He said, let me be with your wife and I'll give her MVP too.
No way.
Daddy said
that. A Canadian ain't gonna say nothing like that.
I think it's Haliburton's daddy. You need to Google that.
He ain't get no. Haliburton won the MVP.
I agree.
I'm telling you who it was, motherfucker. It was SGA's dad.
That wasn't Haliburton, man. That's not who said that. Man.
Who said it?
It was SGA dad.
It was SGA. He's right.
He said, "I'll breed her."
He said he'll breed that man wife.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with these dads? I mean, you're a dad.
No, I would never.
Is that too out of pocket?
Absolutely. It cost me too much money.
Speaking of old dudes, Big three. Bunch of old dudes still playing ball.
Man.
Acting a fool. And we ain't even talking about your boy, what's the big center in, used to be in Sacramento, that Cousins. Made a fan smell his finger.
But you know what? I don't think that's really what it was.
Man, that's what it was.
No, I watched it. I saw him point to his face, and then it just looked like it.
No. He did.
I got you, cuz. I got you, big cuz. Don't trip.
Hey, big cuz, you know, man, I was coaching in Memphis one time, right? Yeah. And I actually was wearing some bow ties for a whole year. And I was wearing some bow ties for a whole year.
I like to see that, man. I can't believe that.
Chill out, bro.
I can't believe it.
It was during like the little protest thing, right? So I was wearing my bow ties, and Boogie did something, man. And I said something from behind the bench, right? Boogie looked back. He looked at me and said, man, shut your ass up, man. I don't take no advice from nobody wearing no bow tie.
What?
It was so funny, man. I couldn't do nothing but laugh, man. It was so funny, man. Boogie looked back, he was like, man, shut your ass up, man. You wearing a bow tie.
Hey, that boy Boogie don't care nothing about the money.
Yeah, man.
That boy Boogie say he's ready to box old buddy in the stands. That's just what it is.
Too far away from home.
Yeah, be doing that bull crap.
Too far away from home.
But Steven Jackson's not far away from home. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I believe. And my belief is not everybody's belief. I understand that. But there's a time and place for everything. Protect the money. Like when you got kids, protect the money. If you don't have kids, I believe in protecting the money, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But when you have children and you have a legacy to stand for, protect the money, man. Or protect your honor, if you will. Like Steven Jackson, he was out of pocket, and I like him. I love him.
No, Jack a great dude.
Yeah, he was
like
out of
if
pocket.
he was hit, like Jack is great, you know, and he was one of the ones that was there from day one to help the big three still be here to this day. And what I would say about that whole big three situation is, man, they supposed to be like this, because when they travel, they kind of like stay in the same hotel.
Yeah.
Right? So when the games are done, before the games or whatever, they all at the bar having a drink, you know what I'm saying, breaking bread with each other. Like, this is my brother, this is my brother. So what I didn't like about that situation is that, man, y'all like really a family right now.
Right.
Like when y'all go to Philly, y'all go to Dallas, like
and
y'all
they on a mission.
Yeah, y'all a family, because what Cube and his crew has done is giving these guys still a platform, giving these guys still a chance to make some money. So, you know what I'm saying, just treat it better. And I know Jack probably looked at it probably like, you know what I'm saying, my bad, Cube, won't happen again, because, you know what I'm saying, it's bigger than us as a player. You know what I'm saying? What Cube and them is doing is great for the players. So to me, I think they got to be more of a brotherhood. But when you watch these games, and I love watching the big three, it's too much machoism. It's too much. If I score one point on you, I'm in your face doing this, and like, come on, man. Like, let's just hoop, dog. Let's just hoop.
That's these old boys trying to these young boys. I mean, that's that young generation influence. But yeah, you're tarnishing the league. You're tarnishing what big, you know, because you got sponsors. You know, you got people that want to put this on TV. They don't want to see all this fight. Not these old dudes fighting. I mean, you passionate about the game. Well, come on, you ain't win no NBA title out in the big three. I mean,
here's the deal.
there's nothing to be fighting about.
I believe there's a chance that the fighting ignites viewership. All I'm saying is, Steven Jackson, come on, man, you got to transcend. Like, he the type of dude that the league needs, you know, to see him mature and be better.
Well, he's a coach now. You know, he's not playing.
Did you hear what I just said? He the type of dude that the league need to see mature and be better, because he is a coach. Yeah. That's my whole point. It's like, you got to be a leader. You can't revert back.
You got Lance Stevenson them out there, Dwight Howard out there fighting. Yeah. Joe still giving them buckets.
Still, hey,
ISO Joe.
Joe.
He may be the oldest guy in the league now.
But real talk, I probably was the only person that used to lock Joe Johnson up.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
No, for real.
And how big? How much bigger was he? Was he bigger than you? Like
Joe Johnson about 6'8".
That's what I thought.
260 solid.
Right.
So we used to
big?
man solid. Boy. So we used to before we warmed up for the games, when I was coaching in Atlanta, we used to do a little post drill. Right, where he get the ball and I got to defend him. Man, I take my ass in the hot tub after defending that dude. That dude's so strong, man. And handles was crazy.
What was the key for you locking up ISO Joe? You know, it was a Kobe stopper, you the ISO Joe stopper. Mm-hmm. What was the key, especially as a smaller guy?
Yeah, foul him. Foul the shit out of him.
Yeah.
No, man, Joe used to get buckets, man. We just used to work before the games, you know what I'm saying? Get him in the groove of the feel, you know what I'm saying? The strength. I used to be a little bit rougher on him, but you know, that's what he wanted, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted that physicalness, so he knew how to play off of it, how to spin, how to counter his moves. So, but yeah, Joe a beast.
You know, as a former player, go back into the Big Three and why it's important for former players, give them something to do. Obviously, you know, you got to retire sometime when you're in your 30s, you know. And, you know, it's one time you had to older 40-year-old guys. Now you got 30-year-old guys playing the Big Three. Give them something to do. Why is that important for them? And what does it do for them?
Man, it's great, man, because for one, you know, monetary, you know, it helps guys still put some money in their pockets. And you're still traveling. You're still feeling like you're a part of the game. Like I say, that Big Three should be like a brotherhood, man. Like anytime, okay, let's go out here, talk our little trash, but it's fun trash. Right. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be physical. It shouldn't be personal. And it's still giving these guys visibility because now with social media, I'm sure a lot of these cats, you know, they're on the Instagrams and the YouTubes and stuff. So
you think they know how to do it?
Take advantage of it.
Oh, they know how to do it.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
I think so. I'm honestly, my opinion. I think Cube. I think Clyde Drexler. You know, they probably have a talk with the guys and be like, you know, we want the competitive spirit, but let's not take it to where, you know, it affects the Big Three, the league.
Hold on a second, Glennis, can you have a talk with Quick, help him with his social media? I want to protect the brotherhood. Okay, never mind.
I do need some help because I don't be fucking with it.
He has to use it.
Yeah,
you have to, they nothing to do. Use it. Tweet more, Instagram more.
This is the real Nick Van Exel. He wants to be called Quick, so he's quick. That's him.
Put some stuff in there, but no, it's like barnstorming. It's like the And One tour. You all rolling together. Yes, we're gonna talk trash, but it's for the fans. You know, you're trying to sell a product, so you all get paid. You know, and that's why you're right. They shouldn't be fighting on the court, doing all this stuff, cussing. You know, I
think it's just about respect too, though.
Well, it's respect, but you're selling the price like the WWE to a certain extent. You know, you want to sell the fans like the antagonism.
But what I'm saying,
still
though,
understand that we all making money together.
What I'm saying is, this is the second round. This round is not as beautiful as the first round, but who knows? It could be, right? Like what Cube has done with the Big Three is amazing to me. Like I can't imagine how much money, personal money, that he's sunk into this, right? And so it's like, treat it like a second round. Like when we get a second life on things, we normally just take full advantage of it and just do really dope things with it. Don't treat it like the playground. I mean, keep it intense, make it competitive, but have some respect. Like treat it a certain way. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jack, but come on, dog, be better, bro. Real talk.
Quick to the point. I keep wanting to say quick out the blocks because you know you're a track guy. You know, give me quick out the block. You know, you quick out the block. He quick to the point, but you know, quick out the block.
No, it's not.
You was quick out the block. Was you quick out the block?
No, not really.
He's a 400 guy, so you had to be quick out the block.
But I'll see you. I see you when you get there.
On that last turn. You go that last turn. When that monkey jump on their back, you coming down there strong.
I don't know no monkeys.
You don't know no monkeys. What about that girl? You know about
Stop it.
That girl at TCU, what you look like grape ape. Anyway. Quick story. What you got for us today?
Oh man. Quick story. The time I almost died.
Wow.
Died as in dead?
As a LA Laker.
Was you crippin'?
I wasn't
flatline.
I wasn't cripping. I wasn't gang banging. So, you know, you would think, you know, at that time in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
You was hanging out with Magic.
You got Boys in the Hood.
Stop it.
You got Menace to Society. You know, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I first got out there, I was fish out of water, right?
Drop top 5.0?
I'm from Wisconsin, then Cincinnati. And then get to LA. So, you know, the first thing they tell you is keep your eyes on your mirrors.
That was a culture shock.
Yeah, you just doing this. Yeah. But honestly, it wasn't even about that. It was in practice.
Wow. What? You almost died in practice.
I almost died in practice, man. So bigs are notorious for slowing the game up, right?
Yeah.
If you running too much or if they want to touch, they know how to slow the game up, right? They'll get the rebound and hold it a little bit longer than they should just so you can't run. So one day we in practice, man, and I don't know if y'all remember a guy by the name of Derek Strong.
Yeah, I remember D. Strong.
Derek Strong, cool as hell, man. One of the nicest dudes I ever played with, right? And D. Strong, about 6'8", 240, solid.
He was strong. Yeah, he was strong.
Man, I'm talking about solid, right? I'm nicest dude in the world. And we was cool. Everybody used to hang out together. Our team was, tight-knit. And so one day we in practice, man, and I think Eldon just so happened to score the ball, Eldon Campbell.
Sure.
And it was a couple possessions then. This time when he scored, the big Derek Strong kind of like rolled the ball to me. And I used to get mad when bigs rolled the ball to him because throw me the ball so I can, explore, so I can push it up the court. And it must have happened about 3 or 4 times, right? So on this occasion, I was just fed up. I think we was getting our butt whooped in practice at the time, and D. Strong must have rolled the ball. So I just held the ball for a second. I let him get up the court, and I just fired at him. I just fired the ball. And I'm just thinking, it's going to hit him in the back or the butt or something. Right upside the head. So as soon as I hit him, I said to myself, you done fucked up. I literally said to myself, you done fucked up, because there was nobody in between us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So once he turned around and looked back, and he started walking towards me. And I'm thinking like, oh, Lord, I'm about to Debo. This motherfucker about to kill me. So,
and as a man, you couldn't run.
I didn't run.
No, you couldn't.
But what I'm thinking is, somebody come grab this dude, man.
Right,
somebody come get in between before I die. Like, I just knew I was about to die. He looked back and started walking towards me. And I'm like, man, please, somebody grab him, man. And I'm kind of like walking towards him, but I'm walking real slow now. It ain't no bravado walk. It's like I'm walking like this, like, man, Eldon, somebody come grab him, dog. Long story short, man, they came and grabbed him, and he was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, man, D, man, I apologize. My bad, dog. Because D was a cool dude, man. It was just in the emotions of it. Man, I thought I was going to die that day, dog. I thought I was going to die, man.
Lord intervene.
At the Great Western Forum, I thought I was about to die. Oh. For real. I was scared as hell, dog. My heart was beating so motherfucking fast, man, when he looked back.
What was the aftermath? Did you like, man, my bad?
Man, my bad, dog. And I even apologized to him, like, after we was, like, done playing on different teams. Because D. Strong was a cool dude, man. Yeah. Cool as hell. But, man, I thought I was done, dog. There wasn't nobody to get in between us, man. I was scared as hell.
Speaking of that, so the Draymond Green fight got a lot of attention. Just talk, how often do players fight in practice? Teammates. I mean, it's not new.
It was. I think it was more. I think it was before the '90s. It'd be little scuffles, but wasn't nobody bleeding. Wasn't nobody.
But it wasn't. It wasn't unusual for a teammate to get out. I mean, Jordan used to fight his teammates.
Hey, all that stuff is blown out of proportion, man. Okay. I think it was a lot more in the 80s than it was in the 90s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, the 80s, they used to fight for real.
Right.
They used to fight. 90s, like each decade, it changed, right? And you see how now they don't even want to have a little skirmish in the finals.
Yeah, in the game.
You know what I'm saying? So each decade, and that's partly because of fines, suspensions, you know what I'm saying?
So much money at play.
Yeah, social media.
You don't want your $30 million player get hit in the mouth.
No, none of that. Yeah. None of that. So, I mean, it was a few skirmishes, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
At the end of the finals are coming to a close. We got the draft coming next week, but it's also one of the funnest times is the NBA offseason and free agency. And who's going where. And the big fish right now, KD. Where is KD going? Right now, we talked a few weeks ago about the Rockets. So the Rockets are in play. San Antonio's in play. Miami's in play. I heard the Knicks don't want him.
Can I say this right quick? Did y'all see what AE put out? He said, it don't matter. We're going to sweep your ass anyway.
Yeah,
Did y'all see that?
But you know why he said that?
Why?
Because he don't want to go to Minnesota. He eliminated Minnesota as an option.
No, I didn't realize that. But I still think that's an amazing.
Well, you're gonna talk. He's a young guy. They're gonna talk trash.
Yeah, but don't nobody else say that.
But he
kind of
wanted
stuff.
KD on his team.
I love that about Ant.
I love it too.
I love that about
If
Ant.
you don't want to rock with me, F you, man.
And it ain't serious.
No,
it's real. It's just
good.
real.
KD's his idol.
It's good, friendly banter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if we see you again, I'm coming at you again. I love that about Ant, dog. I love it.
What's the best spot for KD though? Out of those options, San Antonio, Houston,
Dallas Mavericks.
but they're not one of the teams he's looking at.
I know. I'm just trying to let Nico know.
And I
Dallas
would love
Mavericks.
But how about this
Dallas.
though, Clarence? How about this? Phoenix can control that because he doesn't have a trade clause, a no trade clause, right? So, and Phoenix also said that we're gonna look out for our team.
Own best
We're gonna get
interest.
something
As
back.
they should.
Yeah. So out of those three teams, though, to answer your question, man, I like Houston, but me personally, I think we talked about this before. I can't give up Jalen Green.
People are talking about he's gonna get moved.
I
Him
mean,
and Drea.
That is
Drea needs to be
something because he's a asset, right?
Right.
But for me, man, that kid's so young, and he's gonna figure it out. He's too skilled. His ceiling is crazy.
Of the young guys they have, and they got a lot of young guys, is he the most expendable one though? Because you got to give up one of them.
Look here, man.
I think so.
I'm gonna
You're
tell
not
you.
giving up the twin.
I think so, and I'll tell you why. Because he painted his fingernails.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Here's my take on him going to Houston. If you give up too much, where does that leave you? Does that leave you a championship team?
Well, you're keeping your core. You're keeping your center.
You're not keeping your core if you're giving up Jalen Green because he's a part of the core in my eyes. And the future, okay.
He's not just a part of the core. He is the core. Jalen Green
no,
a bad.
No, what about
I'm
this?
joking when I'm talking about his fingernails. Jalen Green a bad boy.
Let me ask y'all this
They
question.
got a lot of bad boys though.
Let me ask y'all this question.
Yeah.
Did the Clippers mess up?
Yeah, they did.
Which time?
SGA.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
So,
But they thought they were getting Paul George.
But it's hindsight. It's hindsight.
It's
too, though.
hindsight.
Yeah.
But okay, you giving up on a 23-year-old kid who's athletic, is all outdoors, can handle the ball. It's just a matter of time before it clicks and before he gets it.
At the time,
There's
it was
no
a good
way
trade.
I'm giving that
Paul
up.
George let them down. You know what I mean? At the time,
Playoff
It
Pete let
don't
everybody
matter.
down.
But that should tell you right there, like, okay, SGA leaving the Clippers and he goes to OKC, takes off.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm giving this
Stick with
kid
your
some more
kids, what you're
time
saying.
because
Yeah.
because
Can
we
you-
right there. Like
Can you talk about the rest of the roster on the Rockets though? Let's talk about the other guys.
I'm talking about a championship.
I understand, but
What makes them say if they get KD they gonna win championship?
Well, they need that
who's gonna
veteran guy. And Green was disappeared. They trying to win now. They ain't trying to win 5 years from now. They trying to win now.
How many
they trying to win next
how
year.
many playoff series has Green been in?
One.
give him a
So
shot.
we just gonna just say like fuck it.
Who's the best player on the Rockets right now?
When you say best player, like you mean in a position or because Sengun is great in the post.
You gonna say the twin?
Thompson is great defensively and whatever he does as far as
Whatever he wanna do.
Okay, but is Thompson gonna be your go-to guy?
No, Thompson's a
that's
great
why
Scottie
you're going to
Pippen.
get KD. You're trying to win now because Green is not going to be your go-to guy next year. You got Thompson, you got Seguin in the post, you got all those other dogs around you, and you need that scorer you can count on. They don't have a scorer.
When they went to Brooklyn, they were supposed to what?
Who is they?
KD, Kyrie.
Kyrie got hurt.
Then
Kyrie got hurt.
It don't matter.
It does.
It
They had
don't.
KD and
It
Harden.
don't matter.
KD
It happened.
If KD was size 18 and 7 for 23,
If my auntie had,
They beat
if
Milwaukee.
my auntie had, she'd be my uncle.
Harden
Who gives a
didn't-
shit
to
about
your
that?
point, Harden
To your
got played.
point.
Harden didn't play.
Okay,
Harden got hurt.
when KD went to Phoenix, they were supposed to do what? What happened?
I don't like them trading
Y'all
for KD.
keep doing that.
Because KD messing around and get hurt.
Y'all keep
then it's
doing
over
that.
With. I'm going with the youth. I'm going to ride it out if I'm Houston.
Okay, I mean that's an option. What about him going to San Antonio though? You still got some young guys.
Yeah, that's different.
You said and they're not giving one of their
And
young stars
and
like
They're
that.
very young, so you're gonna keep Foxy.
Yeah,
You're gonna keep Wemby, of course.
Yeah,
and then
Fox,
everybody,
Wemby, KD.
Now, see those guys. I can say like, okay, we can get off of those. You know what I'm saying? Foxy and Wemby would probably be the only two I can keep.
Right.
But when we talk about Houston, they core. I mean, I'm leaving. I ain't touching that.
They got a core.
They ain't touching that.
They core is not quite OKC, but it's similar to OKC. They got a super strong core.
I'm not touching.
Then put him down in Miami with them dudes.
Who do you give up? That's the thing. Like, is it going to have to be Tyler Hero?
Yes.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yes.
Does that make you a winner, a contender?
They've been
make you a contender.
They've always been good. I mean, they got a good coach. They got,
They ain't always been no contender. They weren't no contender this year.
Miami is not the way.
They've been a playoff team. Let me say that. They've been a consistent playoff team.
Miami is not the way. It's not the way.
Not when you look at the talent on the other two teams.
Yeah. No, I agree. But coming out the East, though, I'm just saying you put him on Miami East and you flop him for Hero. They right there with the rest of the East.
No, waste of time.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Waste of time.
I think they're good.
Waste of time.
I think they're good, but
they compete right now.
You just
don't
pay
think they're gonna be
expensive
a
parking
contender.
now in Miami.
Because you know what's gonna happen. Them boys in the 317, if they have to see them, they're gonna run. They're gonna run their shoes off.
You know who coming in the East? Detroit.
Coming, they here.
No, they ain't there.
Okay, so
they coming though.
So Detroit,
they young. They growing.
Detroit and Houston, to me, they on the same trajectory.
Yeah, they here.
I'm not breaking that up
At all.
I'm not breaking it up.
Okay. Listen,
They got that dog.
It's all out there. We've had one big trade. You know, it's funny because we talk about the SGA trade, still talk about the Luka trade. And to me, the biggest issue with the Luka trade, whether you thought they should have kept him or not, yes, it was boneheaded to trade him. But you can't get nothing for him.
Man, when y'all gonna stop crying?
Hey, we're not crying.
When you Dallas people gonna stop crying about this trade, man? Come on, man. It's
over
with
the Lakers, sir.
It's over.
Are you a Laker?
No, I'm an NBA guy. I love basketball.
I'm just saying.
I love to watch the game. I'm not a fan of one
Magic
team.
said, Luka, this ain't Dallas. This is LA. Our star is supposed to win. Okay, but getting back to this trade and what I was trying to set up, Desmond Bane go for 4 first-round picks.
Bang!
That's why you mad, huh?
baby.
That's why it brings back the Luka trade to me. How you get 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane? And that's my problem with Nico. It's one thing to trade, but you got to get something for him. We talk about what the Clippers got for George and all them picks plus SJ.
Are we talking about the Bane trade or are we talking about
we're talking about the Bane. What do you think of the Bane trade?
What do you think of the Bane trade, man? Because that's your TCU
first of all,
guy.
let me say this.
That's your TCU guy.
He ain't worth 2 first-round picks,
Let
let
me say
alone 4.
this. I'll talk that talk. First of all, you're absolutely right. No, I'm happy for Bane. I'm just happy for Bane. I think, I know a story like the dude worked hard. He still can't dribble. I don't know how they got 4 of them back for him. But you know what? He's proved himself. And now he's where he's at. He's about to get paid. God bless him. But if I was him, I wouldn't have made that trade. And I like Bane.
You know what I think that Orlando gave up that many? This is just my opinion, is that they're set on their core. Like we were just talking about having a core.
Right.
I think they set on their core when you talk about
they burning the bridge.
Paolo, you talking about the big guy from Michigan, Matt Wagner. They set on their core. So now they're figuring, okay, what we missing? We're missing a knockdown shooter.
Well, let me say this to your point. It made their team better.
Oh, no question.
Like next year, they are absolutely better. Because one thing that Bane can do,
he can shoot
that joker let that joker fly.
He can shoot it.
Yes, sir. And I always have.
And he's gotten better off the dribble, which makes him a little bit more dangerous. So I like the trade for both teams. I know Memphis loving it. They're gonna clear up some money in a couple years when KCP, done with his contract. I think he's got one more year. Then I think he has a player option. I'm sure he'll pick that up for about 21, 22 mil. And then
I wonder if Memphis love it. I mean, the Riflemen don't love it. That was his boy.
Who?
Bane was the Rifleman's boy.
Hey, look, man.
Just business, huh?
It's just business. You got to move on. The niggas get traded every day,
I mean, that's definitely part of the game.
I actually think the trade was good for Bane, too. I'm actually glad that he get to see. He need to be out of Memphis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want him to be somewhere. What's my guy in Orlando, the young stud, 6'11" guy?
Paulo.
Yeah, I love Bane being in that mix, man, because that dude working. He working to be great. not to say they weren't doing the same thing in Memphis, but it's just a different mentality, I think. And so I think for me personally, when I heard the trade and I heard they got four of them back,
Right.
I thought that was crazy, but I was super happy for Bane.
And they unprotected.
I got a question for you, as former coach. You know, we'll switch gears just a minute to football. It's vacation season for the Cowboys, vacation season for the NFL. They got about a month and a half off before training camp. As my grandpa used to say, grandma used to say,
goosebumps right now?
man, why y'all up on my
Cold,
legs,
man.
man?
Well, start talking about the Cowboys, start getting goosebumps, man.
That one was
Can
cold,
y'all zoom in on this? Oh my God.
Kappa man, can you stop talking about my legs? I mean, I know
Man.
y'all are different. Y'all pretty boys, but can you not stop worrying about my legs?
Say what you want.
My
These are
point
some
is this.
obnoxious goosebumps.
Idle time is a devil's workshop. Idle time is the devil's playoffs. It's a lot of idle. Like coaches get antsy when players get all this free time. That's how they get in trouble. As a former coach, former player, it's time off to do what you want before you have to go back to training camp. Is that a scary time for organization when players out there? You know, you saw Stephon on a boat with them pink baggies on that milk yacht. Mm-hmm. You know, just doing whatever because you don't have to be nowhere. You don't have to be at practice. You know, there's no routine. And so, because most players are routine oriented.
Mm-hmm. Is it a scary time for who? The organization or the players?
Well, it's a fun time for the players.
Yeah, I mean, for the organization, I think the only thing you're really worried about is when it's time to report in shape. Right. I think back in the day, veteran players used to take the whole month of October to get in shape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole month of October back in the day was the whole preseason. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? We would have 8 games. Now they don't have as many games, right? And you see a lot of players, they don't get into shape until like December.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their body starts to get into the normal feel of the everyday grind. And as an organization, you would love for each and every one of your players to, as soon as we get to training camp, I don't need to see everybody touching their knees. I don't need the tongues hanging out. Like, let's be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times that don't happen, especially with veteran teams. Veterans, they take that time off and they enjoy it.
Yeah, it's time to enjoy your family because it's a grind. Because once you start the season, it's 9-10 months. It's not going to stop till it stops. Yeah. And so you have that time off. Brandon Dean is not here because he's at OKC, okay? He's watching the game. But I heard we got a golf bet. These are avid golf. We talk football, we talk basketball, but these are passionate golfers.
Well, for the record, I am absolutely a passionate golfer, but I have a job, and I don't get to golf every day. But I get out here with these guys that are retired.
Who don't have a job that golf every day? Who you talking about? Sound like you're talking about somebody.
Him and Brandon Dean. They golf every day, and I still handle them. So
where are we at right now? We at work.
So for the record,
we at work.
Tomorrow, we have our major in our golf club.
Man. Y'all some funny dudes, man.
25, 25, 25 is the bet, front, back, and overall. Me, Quick, Brandon Dean, I will be victorious.
Quick, who's the best golfer?
Out of us 3?
Yes.
Can you see that now? Yeah, we can see it. What does that say?
I don't know. You should tell your
that says like 2.6 handicap.
This is real personal. This is getting real personal right now.
What the handicap say?
What that say? 5.7. Okay.
You on the ladies' tees? Tees?
Now what this handicap say? 4.9.
You on the white tees?
So our GM.
Please shut up.
So
we fight.
He's at the NBA Finals right now. He said, "Fuck."
Sitting courtside.
He at the
interviewing
NBA
for a
Finals.
GM job.
His handicap is a 4.9. The title guy, we shouldn't even be betting. We should be giving you strokes.
You know what? I'm glad you said that.
Wow,
his handicap is a 5.7.
He on the white tees.
Hey, look.
Hey, hold on.
We're gonna check it back next week.
You know we old though, right? Because when I said we should be giving him strokes, if we was on Cam and Mace show, they'd be like,
pause.
No Diddy.
Mace, pause.
Yeah.
Super pause.
Listen. Listen, all I know
I don't
is
want
this.
your first strokes. Pause.
All I know is this: Brandon D's in OKC. If Brandon D was a real friend and real teammate, when we come back next week,
Bro.
we're gonna be coming from courtside of Game 7.
He said he's gonna hook us up, so we're gonna see.
So it's going 7?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going
I
7.
thought it was going 5, but it's absolutely going 7 because Haliburton doing his thing. Y'all want to go to the game? Let's go to the game. I'm with it.
I'm with it. Just get the tickets.
No, you got to get your own ticket, but we can put our money together.
We can ride together.
My ticket gonna be in the rafters. Y'all gonna be down low. I'd rather watch it on TV because ain't nothing else in OKC to do.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff in OKC.
Stop it,
You haven't been in a while, man.
Man, stop it.
Shout out to OKC.
I talked to Brandon because he came back. He said, "Man, it's boring."
Man, we can go to Mickey Mantle's, man. Have a steak and a cigar, dog.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
They got cigars and steakhouses in Dallas.
Oh, well, we can do our show from there. Let's do it.
Okay, we'll work it out. We're gonna work it out.
Hold on. Stephen A. Smith say if Giannis don't win another championship.
That was crazy.
I said, see, the problem with the ESPN is making it more about their analysts in the game. They're making their analysts the stars. You know, Stephen A. We're talking more about Stephen A. than we're talking about the players on the court.
He's a star though, but go ahead.
He is a star, but he don't play. We watching the game. And as a media guy, I understand, I respect his media hustle in the game. He's become a star, $25 million a year. Nobody's making more money. But sometimes we have to reframe these conversations because we go too far. So
you're admitting that the media is wrong sometimes?
Of course. I'm very hard on the media, especially how they cover Agent Orange. But anyway,
the motherfucking shorts cutting off his circulation.
Very hard on the media. Don't do that.
See his heartbeat.
But what I'm saying is, sometimes we do go too far. Like I hate when Shady McCoy called Dak ass. He's a former player, but there's some lines you don't cross. As a former player, as a fellow NFL veteran, you don't call another guy ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call
when
that
he's a Pro Bowl quarterback and owns your team on the field. You don't do that. Just sports hate like that. And as a media guy, Stephen A. He can go too far. Now we talk about your guy that y'all said wasn't a disappointment. It's one thing, but to sit up here and call the Greek Freak
he a champion.
He's a champion.
He'll be an underachiever if he doesn't win again.
Where was he picked? I understand. We talk about
like 15.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't nobody know what he was.
But wait a minute. I think
he made himself into a player. He's won a title. He's won MVP.
Yeah, I think he's an overachiever.
I mean,
honestly,
by far.
Yeah.
I like I said, I had him when he was a rookie. I was an assistant coach in Milwaukee. He came in. Giannis was about 6'10", 6'11", 150 pounds.
Wiry.
I'm talking about, but what I did see in him was his love of the game, his work ethic, and his basketball IQ.
Yeah.
So he had those three, right? So we had a horrible year. They fired us. They fired us after that first year. And then, J. Kidd came in there and, they instilled in him, get stronger in the offseason.
Yeah.
I'm saying work on your body. Then by the time his third year came around, you saw a transformation in Giannis's whole body. And what I liked about it was I saw it because Giannis just wanted to be. He reminded me of so much of Kobe. From this, not from a cocky, like Kobe came in like, I'm finna serve y'all. Giannis came in like, Coach, I want to work. I want to be better. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe was like, I'm finna kill y'all. So it was a difference, but they work ethic was similar. You know what I'm saying? And where Giannis is now, to call him an underachiever, I can't say that because nobody knew about him. You know what I'm saying? He came out of nowhere.
Right.
He was in the middle of the first round. And he
worked
for everything he got, and he won a championship in Milwaukee, bro.
In Milwaukee,
like, come on, man, you can't call that man an underachiever. It's a lot of greats who sit in that Hall of Fame who ain't got no chip.
I love Giannis. I love how Giannis talk.
Stephen A. didn't call him an underachiever as it is. He said if this is the only championship he wins, he'll be an underachiever. But you can't assume future titles. It's hard to win. Just like Boston won one last year. There's no.
But that's a media play, to your point. That's just a media making up a story.
Yeah, they got to find something to talk about in the final because they don't think this game is sexy enough. The media, for sure.
What are you?
I'm the media, but I'm
Okay,
hard on the
stop
media.
saying they. Y'all together.
No, we ain't together.
Yeah, y'all
now.
are, bro.
We ain't together. No.
Why don't you say when you say like the media's be like we coming up with a story?
Nah.
Blood of Crip.
Yeah, just
Nah,
say
see-
we coming up with a
see,
story. Don't try to
I'm
put it on
different
them
than
now.
some of them other media people.
But you trying to put it
I'm
on
not
them
trying
now.
to sensationalize, just to sensationalize. It's stuff just come to me, okay? I don't make up stuff. I cover the Cowboys. The truth too good to lie.
Too good to lie.
As I say, the truth too good to lie. I ain't got to sensationalize nothing because it's already out there. But no, seriously, what Giannis has done, and I told you this, and I've said this, if you want to carve out a basketball player, size, length, LeBron with the 6'9", 250, just freight train. Giannis, long, slim, lanky. You know, that's what you want a basketball player to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So let me ask you this question: if Giannis had LeBron's mentality around,
If Giannis has KD's jump shot, woo, woo. If he had Dirk's jump shot, boy, what?
Night,
We wouldn't be talking about no
Night,
LeBron,
night.
okay?
Giannis came over here, man. He came over here by himself.
Right.
And it'd be times where Giannis would literally be crying in the facility because he wanted his family. Like his brothers, his mom, his dad, he wanted them to come. And it was a long, drawn-out process for them to even get to the States.
just because of citizenship
Just
stuff,
all of that.
Photon.
And it wore on him as a young kid. You know, like he grew up where they were struggling as a family. You know what I'm saying? And he get to America, now he makes it to the NBA, but his family's not with him right now. So it was a great for him, but him, when we talk about the emotional side, it kind of wore on him a little bit.
Right.
And
we
then when
don't
they
give
finally
enough
came
credence
over,
to that, do we?
No,
he don't.
We don't.
He don't.
And he called him the Greek freak. He's a dude from Africa, man. His family's from Africa. You know, they just lived in Greece, okay? He's from Africa. But another thing about Giannis, and same thing with LeBron, great family men. Okay, and we highlight. Listen, love Ant, but everybody gets all excited about all them babies he got. They get a lot of headlines. But what LeBron and Ant do, husbands, fathers,
Giannis.
I'm sorry,
and,
Giannis.
LeBron.
Yeah, Giannis and LeBron. My bad. But husbands,
Steph Curry.
fathers, yes, all of that. We don't give enough credit for that type of stuff. You know, you're from Wisconsin. Did you grow up in
Kenosha.
outside of Milwaukee, or is that small town?
I'm literally about 30, 45 minutes from Milwaukee, hour from Chicago. I'm like right on the border, right in the middle.
So suburb, small town.
Why you worried about that?
I ask questions.
What-
I'm
what-
just trying to
what's
get your. I'm
the
trying to,
point,
Trying to see your upbringing, where you come
What's
from.
the point?
That ain't got nothing to do with the show right
what
now.
set you up? Quick,
What's up,
we're gonna talk about all of this one day.
Okay.
One day.
We gonna
This ain't the
get-
day.
We're gonna just break down your upbringing, where you came
have
from.
no problem with that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about
Oh,
that.
we about to go
It's
watch
your
the game?
show.
We're gonna-
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely can do that.
We gotta talk
for
about
sure.
this. Wrap it up
Because
then.
it'll be
Y'all
interesting. It'll be interesting. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Quick to the Point. I want to give a shout out to our boy, Mr. Brandon Dean, Arkansas legend, who's at Game 5 in OKC right now.
Mr.
He
GM in the
left us,
making.
The GM, I should say, Brandon Dean. But appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode, man.
Quick to the point.
Peace.